So what's good, everybody? And it's Crazy J, baby. And how y'all doing? And I want to welcome you all to Crazy J's world. Yeah, baby. Welcome. Anyone new? I want to welcome anybody, coming back. I want to say thank you for all the supporters. And, I hope you're enjoying my content. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Please like, subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. I have 52 subscribers right now, and I'm trying to get more. Comment and share. Let's get my content out there to help people. So, I want to start every episode with just for today, living the program. I want to start reading this every episode now because, there's people that might be listening to this that need to hear this. So, just for today, living the program. Tell yourself, just for today, my thoughts will be on my recovery, living and enjoying life without the use of drugs and alcohol. Just for today, I will have faith in someone in NAAA who believes in me and wants to help me in my recovery. Just for today, I will have a program. I will try to follow it to the best of my ability. Just for today, through NA and AA, I will try to get a better perspective on my life. Just for today, I will be unafraid. My thoughts will be on my new associations, people who are not using and who have found a new way of life. So as long as I follow that way, I have nothing to fear. So yeah, I want to start reading that every episode. I want to say that I downloaded a cleaner from my computer, so I'm hoping that my stuff will stop glitching out now. I apologize for the last 2 episodes. I'm hoping this one doesn't do that too. We're going to see. That's why I'm trying another one, and I wanted to put another one out anyway. So I wanted to read the 12 traditions of Narcotics Anonymous today, and I'll talk about it. Okay? So, the 12 traditions, they mean something. They help with recovery. They are a big part of the program, They definitely help. And, I hope that you guys enjoy them. And I hope that it helps someone who doesn't understand recovery yet, who's looking for recovery. And again, like I said about my other episodes, I apologize about that. I got really upset. I don't know why. When I first started using it, it was working really good. And then it started acting up. So I think my computer just needed to be cleaned. And so I cleaned it, and I'm hoping that it's better. And yeah, this Vocaster One thing, man, is crazy. Like, as you can see, I have new headphones. I'm using my same mic, but I got a mic with it. It came with, it was like a big kit. And I'll tell you, this thing is great. I could turn up my volume. I could turn it down, so it helps, with the audio. I could turn my headphones down a little bit. I'm trying to still figure out the right spot. So if I'm a little loud, I apologize. All right. So the 12 traditions of Narcotics Anonymous. Let's give a clap for Narcotics Anonymous, baby. Yeah, baby. NA. Yeah, baby. NA, man. We love you. I love you. Thank God for NA. Thank God for AA. Thank God for recovery. So 1 of the 12 traditions of Narcotics Anonymous. 1, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends on NA unity. So what that's basically saying is, you need the unity of NA. You need the people of NA. And the common welfare should come first. So that should come first. The common welfare of recovery of the NA program as a whole needs to come first. If you have that, you could get sober in NA. If you're an addict, you can go to NA if you're an alcoholic. It doesn't matter. You can go to NA. NA is not like AA. AA is a great program, but they don't like addicts in there talking about drugs. They want you to talk about alcohol. And there's a lot of addicts out there who aren't alcoholics. They don't drink. They just did drugs. Unfortunately, me, I did both. I was an alcoholic and an addict. So I can go to both, and I've learned to just talk about alcoholism in AA and talk about drug use in NA, So number 2, for our group purpose, there is but one ultimate authority, a loving God as he may express himself. In our group conscience, our leaders are but trusted servants, they do not govern. So to me, I was saying for our group purpose, but there's one ultimate authority, the God in the room. The God is the authority in the meeting. Like you go in the meeting, you sit there and, you got God. God is the big part of what helps you feel the spirituality in the program. And, when you have that godness in the program, man, it feels so much better. Like when you have the love for a higher power in the rooms, you heal so much better. Like you start feeling so much better. It feels like something pulls the addiction out of you and takes it away at that time. When you're in a meeting, man, if you really listen, your addiction will go somewhere else. You'll be in the moment of recovery, and it's great, and then our leaders are by trusted servants, they do not govern. That means like there's no governing of, there's no govern. It's everyone for themselves, basically. There's no there's no government in NA. Number 3, the only requirements for membership is a desire to stop using. So as long as you just have a desire to stop using, they will accept you. You know, I mean, you can go in there high, you can go in AA drunk, and they'll still accept you, but you have to have the desire. You have to have that desire. And I'm still freezing up, and I don't know why. Anyway, yes, you have to have that desire to, you know, to want to stop. And as long as you have that desire, you can stop. It can happen. It could be a possibility. So yeah, you know, have that desire, and it's great. You walk into NA meetings, and you know, and you have that bond of people who will love you, and they'll appreciate you, and it's amazing how that works. It's really amazing. So yeah, the only requirement is to just have the desire to stop using. That's it. Just have that desire to stop using, and you'll feel what you need to feel in that meeting. It's amazing what you'll feel. Number 4, each group should be autonomous except in matters affecting other groups or NA as a whole. So autonomous, that's basically saying anonymity. Be autonomous about what goes on in the meetings. Don't go around spoiling people's business. What happens in a meeting stays in the meeting. It's like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, like my Las Vegas Raiders. Got it? But yeah, you know that saying, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, what happens in a meeting stays in a meeting. This is why you feel comfortable about sharing what you want to share. You know what I mean? Like, share what you need to do, like what you need to get out. Because sometimes if you walk in that meeting, man, and you don't share, and you got something bottling up in your brain, you can go out and use because of that, because it's bothering you. You know, you got a resentment, or you got burning desire. Yeah, burning desires, man, that's a big one. They'll even ask anybody got any burning desires tonight, and then they ask you to share on it. You know, burning desires happen. So yeah, man, you know, just go there and be autonomous. Just look at NA as a whole, man. It's a great program. Let's see, 5. Each group has but one primary purpose: to carry the message to the addict who still suffers. So there's going to be people that are going to go in meetings, and they're still going to be suffering. You know, they're not going to be getting the spirituality part. They're not going to be getting the recovery part. Like, they're not going to be getting it. They're just going to be, their body is going to be in a meeting, but their brain is not. They're going to be sitting there, and they're going to be, you know, they're not going to be listening because their brain is so, like, in the other room. It's not hanging out with them. You know, so, I mean, there was times I went to meetings in the beginning and I didn't hear what the message was because I wasn't listening, because I was so bottled up in my head that I didn't know how to listen and how to get the message of recovery. You know, sometimes it takes time, you know, but we have to carry the message to the addict who still suffers, because there's going to be people in these meetings that are suffering still. You know, they're suffering, and they need to hear what we have to offer them. So, like, you know, that's why it says to carry the message to the addict who still suffers. That is the primary purpose. And it's a good purpose. It's a very good purpose. An NA group ought never endorse, finance, or lend the NA name to any related facility or outside enterprise unless problems of money, property, or prestige diverse from our primary purpose. So that's basically saying, like, sponsors. NA doesn't want sponsorships. They don't want money from outside people. Like, they want it all to be inside the meetings. Everything has to be inside the meetings. We finance the rooms, the addicts who go in the meetings. We finance it. That's how it gets financed. So that's basically where they say that, because they want you to realize that it's not supposed to come from outside people. It's not supposed to come from a group or a company. It's supposed to come from inside the rooms. We donate in the baskets because we pay to rent the room, to rent the hall, for the books, for the pamphlets, for the literature. We as addicts pay for that stuff. So that's just saying that we don't want outside contributions from people. It needs to be within. 7, every NA group ought to be fully self-supporting, decline outside contributions. Again, right there. It's a self-supporting program. You support the program. We don't ask for outside help. We start meetings, NAAA people start meetings. We pay for our own literature. We do everything ourselves. That's how it works. So you don't sit here and we don't get stuff from other people. It's all within, baby. It's all within. And it makes it great because there's no dues. There's no union. There's none of that. Like, you don't have to automatically go to a meeting or you're going to get in trouble. It's not like a job. It's to help you have a better life. 8, Narcotics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. So Narcotics Anonymous remain. So we don't want to be a professional thing. It's not like we want to be like a sports franchise where we got to have our name out there and everybody's got to know what's going on in NA. No. It's non-professional. It's supposed to be just within. It's supposed to be there to help addicts or alcoholics. But they may employ special workers. That I really don't understand. I never really did. I just know that it should mean Narcotics Anonymous should remain forever. No profession. Because there might be people that are in there that are like famous people, and you're going to go out telling everybody about their business when you're not supposed to do that. So yeah, that's not what NA or AA is about. 9, NA as such ought never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees responsible for those they serve. So that's basically saying we don't want to be affiliated with any organization, like Nike or Adidas or on TV or the Super Bowl. They don't want to be associated with any of that. It's supposed to be within. NA is supposed to be within, and it is. That's the point of it. It's within. So they don't want any organization coming in and taking over because it was created for people by people. So this program, like AA, was created for people by alcoholics. NA was created by addicts for addicts. That's the, you know what I mean? That's why it doesn't want to be it's not an organization. It's its own thing. Number 10, NA has no opinion on outside issues, hence the N name ought never be drawn into public controversy. That is TV and stuff like that. We don't want NA on public TV, being categorized by certain things, stuff like that. It's supposed to be its own thing. And basically it's saying, like, don't bring, like, the stuff that you hear in meetings outside. Don't blow people's stuff up about what they're saying in the meeting. Keep it in the rooms. Like I said, what happens in Vegas happens in Vegas. What happens in the rooms stays in the rooms. It's supposed to. 11, our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal amity at the level of press, radio, and films. And that's like saying, like, there might be actors or actresses who are in recovery and they're going to meetings. And their anonymity needs to stay anonymity. That needs to be where they don't want their business out there. So their business needs to stay in the rooms. You need to keep it in the rooms. They don't want it on the radio. They don't want people hearing about NA on the radio. Like, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be you heard of NA or AA and you go. It's not supposed to be in films. Like, there shouldn't be people pronouncing it all over the place. It's supposed to be a spiritual program for people to get sober. And 12, anonymity is a spiritual foundation of all traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personalities. Now, this is a good one. This is probably one of the best ones, besides the only carbon from membership is ours. Stop using. Is it saying anonymity is a spiritual foundation of all traditions? Anonymity is what keeps the program free. It's what keeps the program where it is. And principles before personalities. You're not going to like everybody in the rooms. You're not going to get along with everybody in the rooms. But the principle of the room is to get sober and love everybody for what they are. You don't have to like somebody, but you got to love them. And if you can't love other people in the rooms, then it's a problem, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a hard time recovering. I mean, I didn't like everybody in the rooms. There was a couple people I didn't like, but I loved them for who they were and what they were. And the couple of those people that I didn't like helped me stay sober another day. And that's the point, man. That's the principle for personalities. So I just wanted to read, the 12 traditions. I will go over the steps again, because the steps are different. The steps are what you keep redoing and doing and doing over. You know what I mean? So, like, the steps are, that's what you keep doing over and over and over again. You keep doing the steps forever. You don't stop doing the steps. Remember that. You don't stop doing the steps. You keep doing the steps over and over and over again. So it's just a process that it doesn't end. You don't just do the steps and you're done. It's not how it works. Remember that. So I wanted to do some more reading out of the book. DNA book. And my stuff is still freezing up, and I don't know why. This is really getting annoying to me. I don't know what's going on here. So I finished off with, solving our problems. So lack of daily maintenance can show up in many ways. Through open-minded effort, we come to rely on a daily relationship with God as we understand Him. Each day, most of us ask higher power to help us stay clean. And each night, we give thanks for the gift of recovery. So I just wanted to read a little bit of this. That's a good part of it. Lack of daily maintenance can show up in many ways. Yeah, if you don't have daily maintenance in your recovery, you can, it could turn into a relapse. Through open-minded effort, come to rely on a daily relationship with God as we understand Him. Yeah, that's just basically saying how you understand God. How do you understand your God? Like God is basically what you understand Him as. You say most of us ask our higher power to help us stay clean. I ask my higher power every day to stay clean. Every day. I don't know why my thing keeps freezing up. That's basically how it works. You have to ask for help through prayer and meditation. And each night we give thanks for the gift of recovery. You say thank you to God at the end of the night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me stay sober another day. You know what I mean? It helps. You asking God helps. You'll be surprised. Let's see. As our lives become more comfortable, many of us lapse into spiritual complacency and risking relapse. We find ourselves in the same horror and loss of purpose from which we have been given only a daily reprieve. Yeah, sometimes we get in that pink cloud and then we come down from it and we're like, huh? What's going on here? You can go back into relapse mode at any time. And that was another thing I want to talk. I want to eventually talk about relapse because I'm going to get some stuff printed about relapse. But relapse, man, relapse happens way before you relapse. It starts happening way before you decide you're going to relapse, unfortunately. One way that we can continue a conscious contact, especially in hard times, is to list the things from which we are grateful. So make a gratitude list. That was what I wanted to talk about. Make a gratitude list. Sit down once a week and write the things you're grateful for the week. So each week, sit there and say, all right, I'm going to make my gratitude list this week. What am I grateful for this week? What happened in my life that I'm grateful for, that I can be proud of, that I'm sober for? Write that stuff down. It helps. Many of us have found that setting aside quiet time for ourselves is helpful in making conscious contact with our higher power. Basically, give yourself a couple minutes a day in a quiet room to sit there and talk to your higher power. And ask for the strength for another day sober. Do it in the morning. Do it right when you get up. That's the best time to do it. You know what I mean? You need time to talk to your higher power. By quieting the mind, meditation can lead us to calmness and serenity. So yeah, quiet time can lead you to serenity. It can help you have a better understanding of why you're sober and what you're doing. And it's great because it lets your brain slow down. The quieting of the mind can be done in any place, time, or manner according to the individual. So it can be any time, any place. It can be any time you want it to be. Any time. It will help. It lets you really talk to your higher power. Let's see, anybody. Our higher power is accessible to us at all times. And your higher power you can talk to your higher power whenever. It's always there. We receive guidance when we ask for knowledge of God's will for us. Yes. Gradually, as we become more God-centered than self-centered, our despair turns to hope. Change also involves a great source of fear, the unknown. Our higher power is a source of courage that we need to face as fear. Some things we must accept, others we can change. The wisdom to know the difference comes with growth in our spiritual program. If we maintain our spiritual condition daily, we find it easier to deal with the pain and confusion. This is the emotional stability that we so badly need. With the help of our higher power, we never have to use again. So with the higher power, may we never, ever have to use again, ever again. Any clean addict is a miracle. Any clean addict is a miracle. Like I said, any day you're sober is a miracle. It's a miracle we're sober. It is. We keep this miracle alive in ongoing recovery with positive attitudes. If after a period of time we find ourselves in trouble with our recovery, we have probably stopped doing one or more of the things that helped us in the earlier stages of our recovery. Okay, so I want to talk some more about the higher power. Okay, so the higher power, like I said, is whatever you want it to be. It's whatever you want it to be. It's it's your God. It's your being. It's what helps keep you sane. And it's hard, I guess, in the beginning to get a higher power because, when you're new to recovery, you have a hard time with the God thing. I mean, some people don't. Some people go into recovery and they don't have a hard time with the God thing. And then there's people that do. I had a hard time with the God thing. And it took me time to realize what the God thing was, because when you can't see God, you have a problem with understanding what it is. And you try to, I guess, figure out what it all means. So basically, you have to really let your heart open up to the power of the rooms. You have to walk into meetings open-minded. You have to let God in. You have to let recovery in your heart. You know what I mean? Like, it's life, man. Like, if you are really struggling and you don't know where to go to get help, man, you could die from this. Like, this stuff could take your life. Addiction takes so many lives a day, so many lives a year. And it's sad because we don't use successfully. I don't know if there really is any using a successful use. Maybe. I'm not really sure about that. I never was able to use successfully. If you're watching this, I'm going to freeze up a bunch of times. I've watched it myself. It happened. I don't know why it's still happening. I'm getting a little irritated because I'm trying not even to move that much because then I don't know why this is freezing up so much. It's starting to act up a lot. I don't know why. It's really upsetting me because I want to keep doing this, but if this is going to keep happening, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But yes, you matter. You have to go in a meeting with an open mind. Let recovery happen. You can't make recovery happen. You have to let recovery happen. So when you get sober and you start going in the rooms, you're going to have to let recovery happen. And it's going to happen if you let it. You know what I mean? You have to let it happen. You have to let recovery happen. And then when it does happen, you're going to feel some type of way. You're going to feel this spiritual awakening that, like I said, when I had 7 months sober is when I had my spiritual awakening. I was folding laundry and something started talking to me and telling me I got this. It was like, Chris, you got this, man. You got this. You can do this one day at a time. I wasn't in a meeting or anything. I let God in. I let God into my heart. I let God into my soul. And I felt the love of recovery. And then I let recovery in. I guess I was blocking recovery because I was afraid to get sober, and I wanted to be sober but I didn't know why I wanted to be sober. And then it hit me that night when I had someone that I knew I wanted to be sober because I want to be alive. I want to be a better person than I am. So I want to share recovery stuff with people because I want you to know that you can get sober. You can absolutely get sober. It's definitely a possibility. You just have to let recovery in. You have to let your higher power in, God in. You know what I mean? Like, if you let it in, man, it's crazy how much the recovery will change you as a person, So yeah, man, let that recovery in. I did. It was great. I'm so glad I did. So I'm going to end this now because I don't have anything else to say about that. And I just wanted to get this out there because I wanted to talk a little bit about the 12 traditions. I'm going to make another, podcast about this, but I want to make some more content about other things too. I want to keep this going and I want to know what you guys think, about a higher power and your recovery. I want to know what people think about this stuff. Don't mind the video. If the video's messing up, I just apologize. It's glitching up. I don't know why. This is the third. It's been doing this for the last week. It's getting worse. I don't know what's going on, why I'm having such a problem with this platform all of a sudden. Every couple seconds, I'm freezing up. And then it's horrible. And then I'm waiting for my computer to just restart, which happened yesterday. I was doing this. My thing froze up, and then my computer just restarted. And I ended my thing. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is doing this. It's really getting annoying because I paid a lot of money for this. And then now it's going to start doing this. What am I not going to be able to do this anymore because it's hurting me, because I want to do this. And I'm glitching up literally right now. It just glitches up. It's like the video's bad. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if maybe I have to change the video. I don't know. I'm just trying to share with everybody what's going on with my. So if you're watching this, that's why it's like that. I don't know what's going on, why I'm freezing up like this so much. It's freezing up a lot. I know if you're not watching this, you're not going to notice it. You'll be hearing this. So I want to talk for another minute, though. I just wanted to say that recovery is beautiful. Recovery is a beautiful thing. If you're struggling, just keep at it. Keep at it, man. Keep at this recovery thing because you can get it. You can absolutely get it. You just have to want to get it. You know what I mean? Like, you can do this. It's possible. But the only way you can do it is if you actually do the work. Remember, recovery doesn't happen overnight. Recovery takes time. What do you think? Because I got 9+ years sober, like it happened for me in the first 2 days? No, it took 2 years, 3 years, I think, for me to actually even understand recovery. I just had that feeling 7 months in. I just knew I wanted to be sober. But the first couple of years was rough. You know, it's always rough. Recovery's rough. Recovery's like using. Recovery's a rough thing. Recovery's not easy, guys. Put it that way. It's not. Recovery's tough. Recovery's like another job. It's like when we were using. There are people that say, man, I wish I wasn't in that because I don't have to do this recovery thing. But there are the people that won't succeed because you don't know how to put the work in. I mean, I know how to get drugs. I know how to get alcohol. I know how to stay sober and do the work. You got to work this program, baby. Work the program. Remember that. Yeah, man. Just please subscribe to my channel. You know, help me out. If I have to, I'll start recording this on my phone. I think this thing I can plug into my phone. I think so. I'll just start doing it on my phone, or I don't know. I went out and bought this computer to start doing this. I don't know. Maybe it's just a mess habit. Maybe it's just servers right now. It's just not working all that great. Maybe I got to update it. There's no app for it. I just go on the thing and do it. I like the server side thing though. It's pretty cool. I just wish it would stop glitching me out. It's annoying. Yeah, man. Like I said, you know, God loves you. I love you. Remember, you know, recovery gets tough. You know, I was going to end this, but I'm going to talk a little more. We're going to talk a little more. I'm just doing more reading out of the book. Here, I'll read this actually. This is pretty good. 3 basic spiritual principles are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. These are how of our program. These are the how of our program. The initial honesty that we express is a desire to stop using. So the initial honesty that we express is a desire to stop using. So basically what that's saying is you're honest with yourself that you want to get sober. You finally said, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to live like this. Like, I actually really want to be sober for good. And there's people that want to be sober and they get a year and then they go back out. Those are people that want to be sober. They just don't know how to keep sobriety. You got to want to keep sobriety. Next, we honestly admit our powerlessness and the unmanageability of our lives. So that's, you know, when your life is so unmanageable, you have to realize that you have a problem and your life isn't going to get any better. You're at rock bottom. You have to want to let God and recovery into your heart. You have to. Rigorous honesty is the most important tool in learning to live for today. Be honest. Like, stop lying. When you get in sobriety, no more lies. Don't go to a meeting and lie. If you're feeling some other way, say it. People still lie in recovery. I don't know why. Like, I don't lie anymore. I did lie. I did a lot of lying when I was using because I was trying to get stuff from people. So I lied all the time. Don't lie to people. Keep it real. Rigorous honesty is the most best thing to do because you're being honest. You're not. When you're just still lying in recovery, you're still being that self-centered person that you were when you were using. Stop it. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with people around you. Honesty is the antidote to our diseased thinking. Our newly found faith serves as a firm foundation for courage in the future. What we knew about living before we came to NA almost killed us. Managing our own lives got us to Narcotics Anonymous program. So basically, living the way we did got us into the rooms. They put us in the rooms. We got in the rooms. Now we have to use the rooms to heal ourselves. It's like going to the doctor and getting a shot. You have the flu, you go get the flu shot, you get better, right? Well, that's what the rooms are like. You go to the rooms, you get the NA or AA shot, and you feel better. Think about it. You go to the rooms, you get that shot, and you feel better. I know when I go to the rooms, I get that shot and I feel better. I'm not talking about a shot of tequila or anything. I'm talking about a shot, like a shot of recovery, shot of God. Shot it in your heart to feel what you need to feel, to actually feel better. Recovery is amazing. It's so much better than the way we used to live, the way we don't have to live anymore. Like, I don't have to run around and feel like crap all day. And oh crap, I don't have any money. How am I going to get high today? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sick. Then trying to do things while you're dope sick is horrible. Let me tell you. And I got really depressed from not having opiates. Like, that makes me depressed. Opiates was definitely my drug of choice. And it was tough, man. Like, and when I first started doing them, I didn't realize what addiction was to them. Like, I didn't think I was going to get hooked on them like that. And you do. That's the thing with opiates. You don't realize you're going to get hooked. You get hooked and it hooks you. And it's just like, wow. Like, it's crazy how quick that stuff hooks you. I only used for a couple days and I was hooked. I woke up one day and I felt weird and I didn't know what it was. And I realized and then when I did a pill, I felt better and I was like, oh no, I was already addicted. Like, I was already going through withdrawals. So and then my brain started not working right. I started getting depressed when I didn't have opiates. Opiates are very bad. Opiates are horrible. They mentally hurt you. They physically hurt you. It's like meth. Meth is horrible too. Meth's a horrible drug. Meth's probably the worst drug for you because of what it does to your body. It deteriorates your body. Methamphetamines are, like I said, I want to just come on here and help people. I want to make a recovery podcast. I know there's other ones out there. There's probably better ones than mine. I'm sure there is, people probably not doing it right in their bedroom. They probably got a whole nice setup. Probably a good computer that works. They probably got all the cameras. I don't have all that stuff. No, I have some stuff. I'm starting to get myself up there a little bit, but I will get more stuff for podcast. I like doing this, man. It's great. Like, I recommend if you're thinking about starting a podcast, do it. Try it out. If you don't like it, then don't do it no more, but try it. Listen, whatever you think about doing in your recovery, do it. Don't let life and your addiction hold you back. Remember that. It was holding me back for a while. Even though I recovered because I was afraid to do this podcasting thing because I got scared that I would not be good at it. I'd be nervous or I would just suck. I don't feel like I suck at it. I feel like I'm actually getting better at it. As long as this thing's starting to work good now, like as long as this thing's working, I don't have this problem. I can make this podcast, I wanted to do my reading out of the book. I'm going to stop with that today. I'll pick up on this next one. Because I want to start doing readings out of the book on here for people to listen to, talk about the steps. I'm going to look through the books, get some more stuff. I want to talk about the peer recovery. I want to talk relapse, man. Relapse prevention. Relapse is a big thing in recovery. Relapse happens a lot. A lot of people get some time and then they relapse. I mean, tell me in the comments, are you out there and did you ever relapse? I relapsed a couple times. This is like my 7th or 8th time trying to get sober. And I finally got it this time. So that's 7 relapses I've had. I've never OD'd, thank God. Have you ever OD'd? Let me know in the comments if you ever actually OD'd from drugs. I'm curious. Have you ever OD'd or how many relapses do you have? I'd like to know. I'd like to know, where you're at in your recovery. Where you're at in your recovery, how many relapses you have, you ever OD'd? This is things I want to know. I hope you guys are really enjoying what I'm talking about. This is something I know a lot about from being in recovery. And it's something I want to share the word about. So we're going to keep doing the readings in this book for now. I'm going to keep reading out of the book and I'm going to keep talking about stuff out of it. I don't have to read anymore what I was reading. I could find some other stuff, but we're going to make this fun. We are going to make this fun. We're going to make this, enjoyable. And I just want everyone to know that I love you and thank you for listening to me. And like I said, please like, subscribe, comment, and share on my Crazy J World's YouTube. And I just wanted to get another one out there. I was just thinking about, the traditions and I just wanted to talk a little bit. This is what a podcast is about. It's about talking about things, right? So I wanted to, just get another one up. I'm trying to be consistent with this. I wanted you all to know that I'm here for you. If you ever need to talk about recovery, message me, comment to me. Let me help you out. Let me know what you guys want to hear about recovery. There's topics you want to talk about on recovery. Let me know. I'm always, always want to know. Recovery is a beautiful thing, man. Remember that. And recovery it's amazing. Recovery is great. Yes, it is. Recovery is great. And yeah, man, you can accomplish recovery just one day at a time. That's all you got to do. One day at a time, recovery. Remember that. This is a one day at a time program. That's all it has to be. One day at a time. You do one day at a time, you're good, baby. You can do this for years. I got 9+ years. One day at a time. So that's going to be it for me. The next episode, like I said, I'm going to start every episode now with just for today. I want to start doing that. I think that'll be a good way to start the episode. And I'm going to just find different paragraphs to read. I want to read out of this book for a while because this is a good book and I want people to listen to some of the readings. Like I'm going to start actually doing some of the readings from people who wrote in the books because there's a lot of stories in the back from people who wrote in and they put their stories in the books, and some of the stories are good. You might need to hear it. This is my podcast and this is things I want to do. If you don't want to listen, you don't have to. But I want to get recovery out there. Yeah, like there's some really good stories in there that I can read. Like Life on Life's Terms. There's a lot in here. So I'll read it and then we can talk about it. Talk about what I got from it. So I'm going to look through here and start getting some stories and stuff. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. So remember, man, I love you. God loves you. Your higher power loves you. Just stay sober today. And that's it. Today. That's all you got to do. Stay sober today. You could accomplish sobriety. You definitely can. You just got to stay sober today. You matter. Remember that. You matter. Yeah. Recovery is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. So this is Crazy Jay, and I just want to say peace out. God loves you. I love you. Stay safe. Stay true to each other. And be good. All right. See you in the next one. Peace out.